I was a broken woman. It got to the point where it was probably quite unhealthy.
Today's guest is someone who thought her future was in athletics, but then life had other plans. Hannah Frankson. She went from chasing an athletic career to becoming one of Peloton's most recognisable instructors, with a following that's less fan-based and more cult devotion.
Then we broke up. He was a cycling instructor as well. Just felt like the rug got pulled underneath my feet. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Was that a painful time?
Oh my God, pain isn't the word. I was so angry that I didn't make it in athletics. That loses face. Then you get engaged. You tell everyone, and then you're like, oh yeah, no, that's not happening. It's embarrassing. So it's like a compound of failures. And I remember Peloton coming in, and I was like, yo, I don't think I can handle another failure. And I feel like that's when I got really good.
Hannah Frankson in the house.
This is so, I'm so excited to talk to you today. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for coming on. There's so many things I want to talk about. First of all, let's talk about your hair because it's amazing.
Thank you. So is yours.
It's so gorgeous. Have you always loved your curls?
No, definitely not. I would say when I was a lot younger, I didn't love my hair so much. I grew up in Essex, in Romford.
Right, say
in
no
Essex.
more.
So no one else
not
really
to diss Essex, but I'm just thinking like...
No, but not many people had hair like mine.
Right.
So it was just kind of like, I wanted to straighten my hair just to be like everyone else. But I remember one day at uni, which I guess is quite early, was quite early. I remember when I was at uni one day, I walked out and I was like, I just can't be bothered to straighten my hair anymore.
Yeah.
I just can't be bothered. So I walked out. It probably looked terrible. And I could feel everyone's eyes on me. But after that day, I never straightened my hair again. And I started modelling. And I feel like my hair probably helped me put down a deposit for the flat I own. So I'm not mad at my hair at all.
100%. 100%. In fact, I think I've still seen you in Sports Direct on the thingy bras.
I'm still on the bras. I'm still the girl on the bras.
I'm like, it's Frankson off a Peloton.
That's at least 10 years old now. At least 10 years old. And they're still going strong. So.
But you got the deposit, so you're not mad at that.
I'm not mad at it at all.
Is it nice when you see yourself in kind of like vintage modelling pictures?
When I see it now, I'm more impressed with it. I think when you're in it, when I was in it, I think I used to just see it as getting money. And I'd always be moving on to the next one. And I'd always be looking at all the other girls modelling as well and be like, oh, that girl got that job. And, oh, that one's bigger. I heard that job was for that much money. That you don't really appreciate what you're in the moment.
Yeah.
But now when I look back and I see pictures of myself, especially because it was like 10 years ago, I'm like, wow, I was a little... I was a baddie.
You're a ting. You're still a ting.
I was a baddie. I was like, wow, look at me go. I actually said it to a man in Sports Direct when I went to go get something, and the underwear was right behind me, and I went to him, that's me on the wall, by the way. It's actually, that's me. And he looked, he's like, is it? I'm like, yeah, that's me. It's a long time ago, but I would have never done that at the time.
I
would
just
have
love
been
that
like,
you dropped that in just for bants. That's so fun.
Like, look, that's actually me right there. Yeah. It's just a wall of me in underwear.
I love it. That is a big flex. Do you know what I love about you is that I get the impression that you've just had like these really interesting chapters in your life and you've pivoted and now you're in a place where so many people know you through Peloton. And it was like maybe not a place that you even thought you were going to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I love about your story. And, and that's how I came to know of you. I was like, I just had the kids and it was like the nicest Christmas present I'd ever been given by Brian. And I was like, right, okay, I'm trying to lose weight. My confidence was just like on the floor. And I couldn't really go to the gym as well at times because, the nursery wasn't, I think, maybe Bonnie was like a few months old. So I was like, right, I can't go to the gym. So it was like that only way. And then like, I remember DMing you being like, yeah, because I was like, oh my God, I love this London girl. She's amazing. And I would like tag you and DM you right back. And I think, I love her.
But I hope you realise when you slide into my DMs anytime, even now, like even sitting here with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is Sarah-Jane Crawford. I used to watch on the TV, like I said it to you before, but anytime I think anyone who's mixed race, who's about my age, wears red lipstick and has their hair out, like you instantly think of you. Like you created
I can't believe
the look,
that.
You own the look, you are the look.
Oh.
So to even think that you knew who I was and that consider sliding in my DMs. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe.
But now I feel a bit vintage. I feel vintage.
I think it's great.
This is my new chapter now.
You're saying it like it's. I think it's sort of like me looking back at the modelling pictures and being like, wow, I was a bad bitch. Like, you were bad. Like,
thank you.
You were iconic. Like, you still are.
Thanks.
You still are. But like, you definitely, red lipstick, mixed race, big hair, like that. You own that to this day. You know, to me anyway. Like, you own that.
She's got to come back.
That's yours. Come back. That's you. Yeah.
So take me back to the early days of, like, you know, because in my mind, you've got these chapters of, like, you did the athletics. I also know you shared openly about, like, having a long-term relationship that then you broke up from and you thought you were going to be together forever.
Yeah.
And then you joined Peloton. And what I love about your socials is that you share so openly about things that you've been through as well. And now you're in a new house.
I'm in a house.
And I feel like you've taken everyone on the journey with you. So let's rewind to a young Hannah Frankson.
Oh my gosh.
And what was your vision for yourself as a little girl from Essex?
All I wanted to do was run. All I wanted to do was be an athlete. I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be be in the Olympics. That's it. Like, that's literally all I ever wanted to do was run.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you were at school, were you like the sprinter or you were?
Yeah.
And you beat everyone.
Yeah. I was the only mixed race girl.
Of course you're going to beat everyone. Same. Yeah, it was the same for me.
I was quick. I was really quick. In fact, when I was like 13, I think I was the fastest. There were some competitions that when you're that young, you don't do 100 meters yet. You do 75 meters.
Yeah.
I think I was like top in the country.
With a nice PB going on. What was the PB?
Oh my God. I think it was, at the time, I think it was like 9'8" or something, but that's 75 meters.
Yeah.
As a 12-year-old. So
yeah, of course.
It's not, it wasn't 100. Yeah, it was a short distance.
And then did you used to do like county athletics and then nationals or where did it go from there?
I did anything national. I think a lot of athletes will say like the event picks you, you don't pick the event.
Really?
So I started sprinting and I got a little bit slower and I was really springy. So I moved into long jump. And then when I was old enough, I started doing triple jump. You're not allowed to do triple jump when you're really young because it's pretty bad on the old knees and joints. So they don't let you do it until you're about 16.
Oh, wow.
So I started doing triple jump when I was 15, 16. And I broke the national record like straight away.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, I guess this is my one. Like, I just want to stay in this. I want to do it for as long as possible. I love athletics. So like, obviously you want to find the one you're best at and see if you can take it all the way. So I was like, right, triple jump, me and triple jump, we're in. This is it.
So you weren't bothered about the sprinting because you knew you were doing something that was like potentially well beaten.
No,
records.
I was good at it. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I weren't good enough to be a sprinter. I was good enough to potentially be a triple jumper. So I was like, that's my one. I'm going for it.
And did your parents do a lot of kind of like ferrying you around to all of these meets? Because I think that's a big thing for like when a child becomes good at something that's actually really like intense.
Yeah, massively. Like when I look back, I love my parents. I love my mum and my dad. Like I love my mum and dad for taking me all around the country and like learning about the sport as well. Like, because sometimes like as a parent, how do you know you're doing the right thing for your child to get the best out of the sport? So I love the way they supported me, like very organically. They were never pushy parents, but they were never like in the background. It was always like just enough. Like everything they did was like, the way they loved me through triple jump was always just enough. It was always perfect. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell them that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Tell them now, go on.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad.
Mum, I love you so much. And Dad, my daddy. And my dad.
I've seen your dad on your Instagram quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
He's very cool, isn't he?
My love for my dad has come into like back into its own now that I've moved into a house.
Really?
Because he's just become like this angel. He's retired now. So like at drop of a hat, if I need my dad, he's like right there for me. I'll call him. I'll be like, Dad, something's leaking. Something's broken. I can't fix this. I can't do this. And he'll be at my house like ready. And he's very good at like listening, probably because he's with my mum, who's like me and chats a lot. So he's really good at like, just sometimes if I just need to talk and not hear an opinion, I can call my dad and he'll be right there. He's great.
What was the dynamic like for you? Like growing up in Essex, it's obviously predominantly white, and being in like a mixed household?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the dynamic like?
I think I never really realised, I guess, when I was younger. I didn't, at the time, I don't think I realised that I was one of the only mixed race brown people in my school, because I had such a positive home experience. Like, my mum was very much from the thought of I need to make her, she knew she needed to make me feel proud of being a person of colour at a young age. Like, I had like little black baby dolls, I had like black Barbies, things like that. My mum used to take me to South London to get my hair done. Like, I was getting my hair braided.
She made a real effort. My mum was like that as well.
Yeah, I was getting my hair braided in New Cross.
She was schlepping it out.
You're kidding.
So when you said you didn't realise, do you mean realise that you were like different from the other kids, or do you mean like realise that there was even a different family like setup?
Yeah, just like I didn't realise that I was really like different. And even if I did think I was different, I always saw my difference as being that I was special. Like, it was a really positive thing.
Yeah.
Like, even I talk about it on the bike a lot, but Mel B, like, thank goodness, because I was like currency in the school playground. I was like, if you need a Mel B, and like, you better show me what moves you've got, because I've got 3 other girl acts that like I can jump into. So like, if you want me, you're gonna have to work for me.
You're always
like,
gonna get that audition piece.
I knew I was special.
You don't have to audition me.
Yeah.
Did you love the Spice Girls growing up?
Oh my gosh, yeah. They changed my life.
So we're navigating Essex, Mel B, feeling very special, having a mum that's like really kind of like, you know, pepped you up to know that you are special, especially as a minority in an area that's like predominantly white.
Yeah.
So you had like a great kind of like upbringing and school life.
I feel like I did, yeah.
And when the athletic stuff started to come to a head, how old were you then? And then how far did it get before you started to realise that it wasn't going to go as far as you wanted it to?
I think I started taking it seriously probably from going into secondary school. So like that's when you start to go training a little bit more. It's a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I would have been like 13, 14.
And how did you deal with that when maybe other people were like going to friends' houses or socialising or staying at home at the weekends?
It felt like it gave me an out. I had no ambition to go to the park. Like every weekend on a Monday, people would come back and say they were in the park and this person kissed this person. I had no ambition to kiss any boys at that age. I just wanted to run.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was the running that gave me the focus to not care about that stuff, or if I hadn't have done the athletics, I never would have cared about that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know which way round it was, but I really didn't feel like I was missing out, because I had this I had school life, and I think I was quite confident at school for no reason. I wasn't a popular girlie.
I can't imagine you weren't like the popular kid.
No, I was not a popular girlie. No boys fancied me. Like, I wasn't. No. But again, I went to school in Essex. I don't know, maybe that had something to do.
Right.
When at the track,
it was like Stacey with the blonde hair.
Yeah. When I was in Crystal Palace, it was a different story.
That was a different story, boy. That's when you knew. Oh my God, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So you would come over to South London?
Yeah. When I was in sixth form.
You went to Crystal Palace, to that track there?
I trained in Crystal Palace.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's where my dad was from. So it kind of felt like, this is like where my grandparents live. And
so you felt a bit connected to that?
Yeah.
And so in a way, then you start to feel like you've got this new like value of yourself, isn't it? Like you...
And I had loads of friends at the track. Like, even now, all my friends, so like my closest friends are friends from the track. And you got to think, we're people that age 16, 17 are doing things that I guess not loads of people our age would have been doing. We were all really focused. We were all really driven. Like, even the guys, like even like the boys that I fancied. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was younger, they were all really ambitious and really they all wanted to go to the Olympics. Like, some of them did. Some of them went to the Olympics, you know? So it's like, it really set me up nicely for life. Like, I felt like, even though it was a different way of being a teenager, it didn't feel weird, because I had my friends at school, and then I had all my friends at the track. Like, I had this like 2 amazing lives as well, like being like 16, 17, driving from Essex to Crystal Palace. Like, no one else did that either. Like, sometimes I would go out as well after training. I'd go to Elephant and Castle in my mum's car, no business, but sometimes
you were going to Elephant and Castle in your mum's car.
What am I doing?
What
like,
doing
why?
there?
I don't know.
What, just like meeting friends or out on the...
Just being just being out, just being outside.
In Elephant Castle, flipping heck. I love it. And so what was your kind of grand vision for athletics? What was your dream? It was to go to the Olympics?
Definitely to go to the Olympics.
What year would that have been?
2012.
2012, and it came to East London?
Yep. Yeah.
And then how did it play out?
I was at the perfect age. So I was 24, 25. 24, 25. And I was always within the top 5 girls at triple jump in the country. There's always a standard that you've got to jump, and then it will be the top 2. So if 3 people jump the standard, they have a competition, and the people that come 1 and 2 are usually the people that will go. So there's all these... I was about 25 centimetres away from the standard, which in triple jump terms is quite far. But when you listen to that, you're like, it's not that far. Like, if I have a really good season, I could get there. So it was always like an outside chance of me getting there. But I just thought to myself, I'm never going to have this opportunity again. There's never going to be an Olympics in my home city where I'm the right age. Like, I have to go for it. And I tried my absolute best. My knees were really bad. I think I had tunnel vision, but looking back, like I probably, my knees were not in a good way. I had tendonitis. Like I'd wake up in the middle of the night in pain. If I drove for too long, I'd always have to pull over and like just shake my knees out. Like if I was sitting down for too long, I'd have to get up because I was a broken woman. Walking up and down stairs was a nightmare. I'm doing something that looks really healthy, but it got to the point where it was probably quite unhealthy.
That's the thing about anything extreme like that, though, isn't it? It's like beyond what the normal person's doing for some level of fitness. This is like an intense pressure on joint. This is played with injury. There's so many elements that come into it. Yeah. How did it make you feel at that time when you realised it wasn't going to happen?
I think I was probably in denial for ages. Like I always thought that I'd go back. So I remember stopping. I could have gone to the Commonwealths. I jumped the standard.
You did jump the standard?
I did. I jumped the standard for the Commonwealths, which I can't remember where it was the year after the Olympics. But I think it might have been in Birmingham. But whatever, maybe not. I can't remember. Whatever it was, it just felt too easy. I was just like, I know that if I want to go, that I'll go. And I got to a stage where I was like, I don't need to prove to anyone else that I've worked as hard as I did. And like, no one can say that I wasn't an athlete. Just because I didn't go to the Olympics doesn't mean I didn't train. It doesn't mean I didn't put in the amount of effort that I did.
Of course.
It doesn't mean I was in the arena. So I stepped away, but I think I always secretly said to myself, if I want to go back, I can go back. So I still went to the gym. I still kept really fit. And then even when I became a personal trainer, I think there was this like really tiny bit of me that thought like, I could just go back. If I wanted to, I could go back.
Yeah.
So I don't know when I really like fully accepted that I ain't going back. I actually don't know when I fully realised like it's really over. Like,
because it wasn't. Yeah, I get what you mean, because you kind of had in your head like you didn't let go of it in your head for such a long time, and then you So when you stepped away from it, was it because you thought? Because you said you jumped the standard then for the Commonwealth, but then you decided you didn't want to go for that.
I think my knees were really bad, and I'd started working actually. I'd started working at Puma. I was an intern, and there's just a lot going on, and I got to see like a little peek behind the curtain as to how other people were living, and I was like, life without athletics isn't that bad. Like, there's still stuff.
Because that's all it had been for you.
Yeah.
For how long? What age was it? Your whole
my whole life. Like my whole life, I didn't know anything else. So I was like, I need to butt jump in
throughout your whole teenage years and early 20s.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when I started working, I was like, oh, it's quite nice. This side isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like, it's okay. So I feel like I let one door shut and another one open at the same time.
And
like,
it wasn't as bad as you thought.
Yeah, I never said, oh, I'm stopping, and the next day, oh, I'm gonna start working. I let them both
transitioned.
Happen. Yeah, very much a transition between the two. Yeah.
Okay. And then did you ever have a moment where you kind of like grieved your old career that you thought you were going to have? Or did it not ever go like that? Because you speak so sort of like bravely and confidently online about what... And I feel like you do it maybe because you can and you're comfortable to do it, but it is so helpful to other people who may have had... Because life isn't always like, we go for something and then it happens and, it doesn't always happen like that. And it's so healthy to hear stories of people that have then become successful in another way of something that didn't work out the way they wanted it to. So Did you ever have like a moment of heartbreak, or did you actually quite healthily? I mean, that's healthy to still grieve something, but
I don't think if I'm being really honest, I don't think I ever really have got over it. Because I don't think I didn't ever give. Like I said, I never said to myself, I'm stopping. I had this like little delusion in me that I'm going to go back. And I went to the Olympics in Paris.
I saw that reel that you
with
made.
Lululemon. And I was crying the whole time I was there. Like I was just crying because I was like, that's what I wanted. Like still now.
Aww.
Like I would give all my life. Like I would give everything I do now to go to the Olympics. Like I still would. Like I will never stop breathing it. Like that's what I really wanted to do in my life. So I'm really thankful for everything I've got and everything I've done. But when I look at people that went, I'm like, I wish I was you. Like I never.
This is the part of your heart.
Yeah. Like I never got over it. It's what I really, really wanted in life, and I didn't achieve it.
It's very real. That's very real, and I think it's quite relatable. And I think sometimes in life we like make out that we didn't want something just to kind of like protect ourselves, but it's really quite honest to share like that.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of people that I think can relate to that, whether it was like someone who wanted to play football or somebody who wanted a certain career. That ended up like going down a different road and having children or something. And I think it can be hard. Like there's a part of you that feels like you haven't fulfilled your true potential, right?
Yeah. But I feel like...
I'm only saying it because there's parts of what you're saying that I can really relate to in like other areas of my life where, you know, you feel like I can go back to that. I mean, it's slightly different with sport because obviously there's a timeline.
Yeah.
But I think it can be quite painful if you think that you don't realise your potential.
Yeah.
What else did you funnel your energy into or focus your energy into to allow yourself to like then thrive and not just feel like I know you say that there's still parts of you that would feel sad about it, and it was quite an emotional thing for you to go to Paris, and the content that you made was so honest then, even with like the voiceover and everything. And
because I said that on that reel, I was really thinking about, I was like, right, I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn this into a positive because I'm actually quite sad. I'm watching all these events and I'm like,
did you regret going?
No, it was amazing because I realised like
bittersweet.
Maybe I said it in the reel, like maybe I wasn't like clear enough with my goals because I said I wanted to go to the Olympics and I went with Lululemon. I'd never been before, like no one else had wanted to take me to the Olympics. So I went. I'm like, I was there. And the reason I was there is because of me, like for who I am.
There you go.
And I'm like, well, I did get there. I just got there, you know. Maybe I didn't tell the world. I wasn't specific enough with the way I wanted to be there. I still got there, and I'm like, I was there because of me. I was there because a brand that believed in me enough to work with me and represent them wanted to take me out, like to.
And that's a massive win. And I think sometimes life is like that. I think it's so important that we look at like the fact that something might not look exactly how you thought it was going to look.
Yeah.
But you could end up at a destination in another way, and it's still a testament to you.
Yeah. I never let the failure, it never was the end of me. It was always going to be a beginning of something else. Like,
oh, good.
You learn too much from your failures it's a disservice to your failure. Like it would have been a bigger grieving process if I gave up and then didn't do anything. Like I was too scared to go for anything that I wanted ever again because I'd done it before and it didn't work out. It's like you owe it to the grief to keep going and keep like forcing yourself through doors and keep pushing and find other things that you like instead. So I feel like my life has been sort of like, I say it all the time, like I owe so much to a sandpit. Like I owe everything I'm doing now to the sandpit. But yeah, I didn't know I'd end up here. I didn't know I'd end up here at all.
And now you're known all around the world.
Yeah, but even some of my friends, you know, like there's a lot of people that did athletics and they don't have my story, and no one would even know that they gave up their whole lives to do the sport. You know, it's a bit like, I'm sure you know a lot of people like footballers, like is your husband. You must hear about.
He's a manager now, but I always laugh and say, oh, you know, because he was like the journeyman footballer. But no, exactly.
You must hear about all the people that don't even make it. Yeah,
I know so many stories of like lads where like they'll speak to my husband and then they've now had to find another career. Yeah. And we talk about it all the time. Like lads that, you know, because he was managing the under-21s at Man City, and he did a lot with like academy players, and now he's in a first team environment, but like there's a lot of stories I know from behind the scenes of boys who've had injuries or there's a problem with their heart and they can't carry on, and it is heartbreaking. And it's always, we talk about it all the time with how to help as much as possible anybody who comes to him. And it's not an easy thing, and not everybody knows that. Like you say, you've devoted with sport, you devote so much time and focus only for something that may never happen.
And you only hear from the winners. I'm lucky that I'm the voice of the losers, really. I'm the voice of the losers.
I love that. And I love it. And you're so like the opposite of a loser, because like you're winning.
We are losing.
But I like that, because what I always get from your content when you talk on this subject is that you are like, I feel like sometimes people don't ever want to say the stuff that you say, which I love though, because it's really healthy.
I think I've really reframed it in my brain. Like, there's nothing negative that I know is a negative that I haven't reframed. Like, I can call myself a loser because I'm like, it doesn't mean I'm a loser. Just because I lost doesn't make me a loser.
There you go. That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like,
so if someone goes, oh, she didn't make it, I'm like, no, I didn't make it, but I'm fine. Like,
but I don't think there's anything to laugh at. I think it's a beautiful thing that you've allowed people to like see your vulnerability so that they can connect with that. I think that's what's so amazing about your story. So Peloton, which I think is an institution. You know, and I may be in an echo chamber here, but I don't think I am. I'm a user. I've got the bike. Fair enough. Not everyone has. I'm very lucky in that regard. But I do think that there's something that happened with, maybe it was COVID. I don't know. I got the bike just before lockdown.
Definitely.
And everything exploded in terms of needing that connection with somebody, but not being able to go out. And it was amazing. You know, like I lived in LA for a short time and I used to go to Soul Cycle, which was like basically a spin class, very similar to like Cycle Now, Boom Cycle, and all these different brands. And I remember I was always trying to get over some form of jet lag because I could never stay in LA long enough to like miss home, and like I'd miss home and all my work was at home. So I'd fly back, do stuff, and then go out again. And my friend, who still works out there to this day, who's a TV producer, used to say to me, Sarah, you do actually have to stay here for more than 5 minutes if you want to try and make it work. But the one thing that always set my head straight was like going to Soul Cycle. And Angela Davis, who's is like a renowned cycle coach, it was like she was preaching at a gospel church on the bike.
That's my favourite.
And the reason I mentioned this was because what I learned from that was that this is so much more than just I'm on a bike right now. This is actually, I went in there when my relationship ended. I went in there loads of times. I would be in tears. David Beckham would be in one corner. I'd be having a little look. No, I'm joking. No, but there were loads going on. And it would be like, there'd always be a waiting list for Angela's class. And then she left. And then I came back to England. But the point is that I had this obsession with like spin. But then when it was lockdown and I had the babies, I was like, you know, Peloton was like the connection. And then all of a sudden, you guys are like the new...
We're here.
Do you hear that story a lot though? Like lockdown and people needing to connect.
I don't think I realised at the time what was going on.
Phenomenal.
I didn't know. I had people like from school messaging me, like people that I hadn't spoke to for years, being like, hey, I see you're a Pelotonist. And now I get it. But at the time,
superstars.
I was like, what? They were like, oh, can you get me a bike? Like, can you like, because there was a waiting list as well. They were like, yo, can you bump me up the waiting list? Can you get me a bike? I'm like, why is everyone so obsessed with us? Like, I don't think I realised at the time.
Tell me like, how I need to know how you got that job.
I don't know what. Well, sometimes I'm just like, I've got stars in my brain.
I need to know how you got that job. Take me back to the Peloton audition, when it was. I want to know the year. I want to know what happened, how they found you, everything. Because this is like spin folklore. I need to know everything.
It is spin folklore, isn't it?
Go on.
It is. I was modelling. I was a personal trainer. And I was working as a spin instructor all at the same time. So I'm running around London.
Where were you spinning?
I was at Boom Cycle. The thing about Boom was I feel like it was the one that, like, I think our tagline was, it's a party on a bike. So, like, we never went in there and said, hey, we are the pillars of, like, fitness if you want to run, like...
It was fun.
It was fun.
The whole idea made it inclusive as well.
It was great for me because it was literally the first place I'd ever been where I was moving and I was exercising and having, like, just pure fun. Because everything for me had been so serious. Like, it was all athletics and it was all, like, everything I move my body for is for a number, it's for a target. And Boom's whole thing was, we don't look at the numbers. There are no such thing as numbers here. There's music, you're on a bike, the rest is up to you, bro. Like, the rest is do your thing.
And there's something quite emotional about that.
So,
especially your story as well, of
it was
what
so
you've
emotional.
been measuring yourself against.
Yeah.
And how charismatic you are to then be able to go into something where you're physical and you can still have, you know, like, be working on your body and on your mind, but actually there's this emotional connection with the music.
Yep.
Someone speaking to you, connecting with you.
Yep.
You're going through a rubbish time. You come out of there feeling like that it's so much more than just an exercise.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's
100%.
the magic of it.
And I was with my boyfriend at the time, and I remember saying to him, like, when we went to the auditions, he'd already been an instructor, and I remember saying, like, yo, I want to be really good at this. Like, I really want to be really good at this.
Was that your competitive streak coming through, or was it just a thought?
I just loved it, and I was just like, I just want to be really good at it. I really want to, and I go to all the auditions or like all the training, and because he taught spin for longer than me, he was better than me. He was good. He already had the formulas and the recipes, and when we went into teaching, his classes would always sell out, and mine didn't. And I'd be like, oh, what's he doing? Why does everyone like him, and no one wants to come to my class? I hustled. Like, there were times when there were like 3 people in my class. I was like, why does no one, I want to be really good at this. Why does no one like me? Why am I not hitting the mark? And I think you kind of just like, I think that's silly. I think whenever you start something, you're not going to be good at it straight away. And everyone knows who they know. So they like the people that they like. Like, it takes a lot, especially in exercise, to get people away from what they know into something new. Like, well, I like this girl, so why should I trust you with my precious exercise time, my energy? Like, why am I going to go away from what I already like to give you a go? So I get it, but I started working really hard. Then we broke up, and I feel like that's when I got really good. I feel like,
and was he like the big heartbreak?
He was like
that you shared about online. How long had you been together?
It was probably like 4 years, but we were engaged and we were going to get married, and we bought a property together, and we were actually like going to get married. We had a date. I tried on wedding dresses. We hadn't sent out like invites or anything, but like I did at the time. Like, now looking back, I'm like, it never was going to happen. But like, look, at the time, I did believe that I was going to get married. Like, I was like, this is it. Like, I'm living with you. There's rings on my finger. Like, we've got a date. Like, this is going to happen. So when it crumbled, like, when it just felt like someone's pulled every single piece of security that I had, and was like, it was all messy. And I just think we weren't right for each other, but we were trying to make it work. And I don't think I was the best version of myself. And I don't think he really knew himself too much. And it just wasn't nice. And we worked together as well. He was a cycling instructor as well. So it was all like, everything was very intertwined. And yeah, it just felt like the rug got pulled underneath my feet. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Was that a painful time?
Oh my God, pain isn't the word.
That looks like it was painful for you.
I was so angry. Like, I can't explain like how I was ready for a fight. Like, at any point, I would fight anyone. Like, I fought my friends. I fought obviously like the people that I worked with, because they knew both of us. I was just like a bomb. I was like a hurricane wherever I went. But in terms of teaching spin, it was really good, because I had this space where it turned the lights off. I get to play the music I want, and I get to like reinforce these positive messages to myself when I didn't feel like there was anywhere else that I was getting them. So I was saying things in the room that I really wanted to hear someone else say to me. And I think in turn, it landed with everyone in the room. And I think that's when I got really good, because I stopped giving a shit as well, because I had nothing to lose. I was like, this is embarrassing. I'm hurt. I'm angry. Like, everyone in this room knows that I was engaged. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone in this room knows us. The chat I was chatting was what I wanted to hear, but I was saying it. I had the privilege of saying it to 50 people in a dark room who were rolling their legs on a bike. I was in the best place possible.
Was that when you first started kind of like sharing like vulnerable stories and being brave enough to kind of like, you know, like I was saying, like, a lot of what I know about you is from what you've shared, which I think is so powerful. And it's so much more than just, you could just pose with your six pack and your great stomach and just, do you know what I mean? No, but you could do all of that. My stomach's not been out like that since I napped 2000. God, I'm joking. But you did, but I always think I always know when I go on your page, it's not just great hair, great body. I'm going to get something of substance from what you say.
And
that's what I'm inspired by. And so do you think the beginning of that journey of like sharing your truth came from that pain of that moment?
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
definitely.
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
And then when did Peloton call?
That's like literally the year. So that year, the year that
like 2016 or something?
No, it was like 2019.
Wow.
We'd just broken, my cousin.
So you were together from Boom Cycle for a few years and he was your
he
partner?
auditioned, I don't think many people know this. I mean, he auditioned for Peloton as well.
He never got it?
Well, I'm here.
Teacher.
I'm the one that made it.
Oh, that story is beautiful, boy.
That's how intertwined it was. Like it was like we were both good at our job. Like he was good at his job. Like he was really good at what he did as well. But yeah, I think I definitely was. I feel like I was always really ambitious. You know, I always knew that I wanted it. Like when I walked out that room, I was like, I really want to be good at this, and I've really meant it. Like I was like, I really want this. Like I really want to be good at this.
This story is crazy. So okay, sorry, and you know what? I hate it when I hear interviews where people talk over people, but I'm so excited.
No.
I keep doing it to you, and I'm so sorry.
I just really I hope people like listening to it because I feel like it's another failure. Like it compounded on the failure that I already had. So
the breakup.
Yeah, like I felt a little bit embarrassed that I didn't make it in athletics. That loses face. Then you get engaged you tell everyone, and it's exciting and it's really cute and everyone loves it. And then you're like, oh yeah, no, that's not happening. It's embarrassing. So it's like a compound of failures. And I remember Peloton coming in, and I was like, yo, I don't think I can handle another failure. But I was, like you said, like I feel like I was at such a rock bottom that I was like, anything now is a win. And I think I started to gain confidence as well because I'm sitting in this room and I'm shouting things out and they landed on me. Like I really started to believe what I was saying. Like I think there is something so, like you said, massively powerful about moving, listening to the right music and hearing the right words at the same time that can just, I think is something really special. And that's what, I don't know anything else like spin that does that. I don't know what else is like another form of exercise that can do that like spin. Yeah, I love it all exercise. I've learned to love running. I've always lifted weights and I love it. But that little thing, getting in the right room, hearing the right words, like it's like spiritual no really other better way to say it.
Yeah. It really is. So tell me more about the audition then. So how did it all come about? And also, like, I totally get that you would have been super motivated because I've been in situations like that before where I'm like, this is going to work. So I'm feeling a little bit annoyed with life, a little bit rejected in this area. So this business I'm launching, this wasn't going to really work. Do you know what I mean? So I've had that moment before. But like, Peloton was an unknown at that point. Like now I can imagine the auditions, people thinking, boy, I'm going to be a star. I don't even know how they go about it now. There must be tens of thousands of people trying to be. But like at that time, how did the land lay in 2019? How did they find you? How did it all go down? And what were you thinking? Because you wouldn't have known the brand.
They were, well, that's the funny thing I did because my ex had been through it before me. So he when Ben and Leanne, the first two instructors that got picked for Peloton UK,
I know them.
When they were going through their process, my ex had been spoken to. So I already knew. He was like, if I get this job, it's going to change my life. So I didn't really know what it was, but I knew it existed. And I was
How did he know it would change his life though? Did everyone, what was
because they knew, that's what they'd say to them.
What would be the briefing like?
I think Cody, another instructor, would go around to studios in London and be like, if you get this, by the way,
you're going global.
It's going to change your whole life. I think Leanne and Ben say that as well. Like that Cody will come in the room,
but it did
in the interview and be like, "Hey, I'm from Peloton. That if you get this, it will change your life." So he was in the.
He's one of the founding people, isn't he? I feel like he's even on the like
Cody.
when you call. Oh no, but Ben as well.
Yeah,
like
Ben,
when you ring up and you need help with the thing, I swear, like even it's Ben on the like the recorded.
Oh
anyway,
yeah,
I don't know. But so okay, so then there was like you got reached out to.
Yep.
Your ex-boyfriend had tried and didn't happen.
So
then what was your audition like? So
because I already knew about it and I was I feel like I was really good in my own teaching. I got a DM from who's now my executive producer saying like, hey, we really want you to audition for Peloton. When I read the word Peloton, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Like the first time when they came to get Ben and Leanne, I wasn't ready. So I was really sad that they hadn't even spoke to me at that time. I was like, why would you
a year
not
before
even,
or something?
I was like, why would you not even talk to me? So then when they said this year, like, oh, we want to talk to you, I was like, cool, let's go. Like
sometimes when an opportunity comes up, you're so over ready and you weren't the first time.
Yeah.
I find that that's the case, isn't it? And then you're like, oh, I'm so like ready like now.
I'm ready. But the process was really, really, really long. It was about 9 months, maybe, like a 9-month process.
Are you joking?
Which I really respect looking back, because our job it's not just what you say when you get up on the platform, it's how you live. Do you know what I mean? So like it's basically like the biggest character reference ever. Like it's not just turn up to the interview or do the audition and do really well. It's like, are you a good fit for this team? Are you genuinely a good person, or are you just coming here and putting on a front over and over again? Do you know what I mean? It's hard to really know someone after like just meeting them once or twice. So I really respected the long process. I feel like that's how you know that they really care about who they put on their bike. You know, they really care who's.
But what did you do for 9 months?
Oh, I spoke to everyone. I spoke to the people behind the scenes. I spoke to the instructors. I had auditions. Just lots of talking to lots of different people, lots of steps. And as well, I think the company was moving at a different speed to maybe they thought they were going to move at. So they were like, oh gosh, we've got to do this, and this. But we also need to tell the other, like there was just lots of moving parts, I think.
And just before lockdown, at a time when they probably exploded, right?
Yeah, it was, just
some companies
lockdown.
were folding. They must have exploded over lockdown, because that was the ultimate stay-at-home move.
Yeah.
And then, so when did you get offered the job, and how did you find out you got the job?
The last interview I did, it felt like it didn't go very well. And I remember thinking, I actually don't care. I don't care anymore. Again, I think because I was in this space where if you've gone through something and you know, or it feels like at the time you're in your version of what is like a rock bottom to you, things become easy.
Yeah, because like, there's nothing to lose.
To anyone that's listening, like if you feel like you're going through something that's the pits, and it literally feels like you're in a pit, what a great place to be, because you're not going to be there forever. So whatever opportunities come,
the only way is up, boy.
The only way is up, or you're going to stay in the pit. Like you're not going to go any lower than the pit. So I think I'd got to the stage where I was like, you're either going to tell me I don't have this job, or you're going to tell me I've got it, and either way I'm going to be absolutely fine. So like my last one, I was with like the team that I'd got to know at this point, and I remember being like, I'd been like, been really good with saving face and like smiling and being like, oh, it's fine. This time that it's taken is, it's fine. The last one though, I was like, you're mugging me off. I remember saying that. I was like, you're treating me like a mug. You're mugging me off.
I think you're my long lost sister, because you're just like me.
I was like, you're mugging me up. This is taking too long, and I've just gone in there and she's just slated me. Like I don't even know if they want. Like that went really badly. They were like, oh, no, don't say that. Like and then I got it. So
and how did they offer it to you?
I can't remember. I can't really remember, but I think I was actually probably at Boom. I was probably like,
well, and they just phoned you.
Yeah, they just called me up and were like, it was because it was always like inching closer and closer. So then it was like, okay, I've 99% got it. So I just need this one little push over the edge to get the
sometimes
100%.
You don't have that like moment, because it's so gradual.
Yeah.
Wow, that is insane. Talk to me about so now I look at your Instagram. I basically know you from everything that you post.
Oh, I love that.
No, it's great. And then so now I've seen that you've like been on little missions around the globe. So like you've gone to like Peloton New York and things like that. Tell me about like what you're doing with like Lululemon, and when you're traveling, like missions that you're on. So do you have like a roster of like, right now I'm on the bike in London, and then do you sometimes get assignments where you travel around and you cross promote? How is your sort of like life? I know I've asked you 10 questions in one, but still.
In terms of like, we've obviously got the studio in New York, and I'm really lucky that I get to go out there and teach in New York sometimes.
Mad.
It's really, really cool. And then Lululemon, being a Lululemon ambassador, on top of that means that I get to go to, we have like Lululemon weekenders at Peloton. So I get to go to them. So I'm really lucky that I'm one of the UK instructors that probably get to go out to the States like probably the most, which is really fun. It's always really fun to go there because it's a different level. It feels like Mecca, it feels like you're going to
the Holy Grail.
Yeah, it feels like you're going to, like
is that where it started?
LA. Yeah, it's like when you're in LA, it's sort of like going,
Soul Cycle.
Yeah, it's sort of like going to the birthplace of Peloton and being like, oh, I'm in the HQ, like the real
and also
HQ.
Going to New York's so fun. It's like walking into a film set when you get off the plane.
And American people hit different. I love my
they're
UK.
Obsessed with you as well.
I love my UK crew. Don't get me wrong. I love I love the UK fitness culture and the way we do it. It's very different to America. And that I feel like that's why you need a UK Peloton. If you're going to have Peloton in UK, I feel like we're really needed. But Americans, they just hit different. They're loud, they whoop, they cheer, it's just a different.
It's like a movie, isn't it? It's very poetic.
Yeah, it's always like you're living in a movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Would you ever move over to New York?
I don't know, you know. I don't know. I think I'd miss too much in the UK. I love going over there, but I don't know, like, I don't know if I could hack it, man. I love the UK. Like, I love London.
And you got a cat?
Got 2 cats. What would
so
they
you couldn't
do?
leave them,
No,
could
I couldn't
you?
leave my cats. I couldn't leave my children.
Who looks after your cats when you go to New York?
I got a cat. I need to find a new cat sitter, actually. I had someone that looked after them, but she's gone now. She's gone back to Vancouver, so I need a new cat sitter.
And I'm going to ask you this only because I feel like I can be cheeky now. Are you dating anyone? What's the love life? Because another thing that I think is inspiring about you online is basically the fact that, like, you are like the self-professed kind of like single girl having fun.
Yeah.
Which we're going to get into, like, because you do things like, don't you go to choir group once a week?
Yep, I go choir.
I love this.
I go choir, I go volleyball. I've got like the activity. I feel like my life is a bit like, do you know, kids extracurriculum, like extracurricular
yeah, my
activities.
kids do everything.
See what I mean? I feel like I've done that as an adult. Like, I've got like my extracurricular life.
I love
I'm
that.
like, oh no, sorry, I can't do that on Monday. I go choir. Oh no, Wednesdays are volleyball.
See, I feel like that's what I need. I'd like that in my life. I think that's the area that I feel like is the one area that I'm lacking in, and that I think would really bring me a lot more joy.
Yeah.
Tell me, actually, let's go back to the dating question.
Yeah. Okay, go on then. Go on. I date. Like, I date. I'm out here dating.
Are you actively dating?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm dating.
Do you enjoy dating?
Go out dating. Yeah, I do actually.
No, because it can be
I
fun.
really like it. I think as well, like, I've always been quite confident.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, I actually really enjoy it. That's one reason why I love exercise so much, because even when I feel like, sometimes it does kick you, I'm not going to act like, sometimes dating does feel, it's hard, you know. Dating nowadays is hard. And it's like a lot of rejection. But I feel like getting on the bike or
people are rejecting you.
Girl, yeah.
I doubt that.
Babe.
What is going on out there?
But do you know, it's like, it's not nice, but like, I always love moving will always be my anchor. And sometimes it's nice to go through like a little something like that, just to, when I get on the bike again, I feel like I've got a little bit more like ammo to go hard and fall back in love with myself and my body, and then go out and do it all over again and date again. Do you know what I mean? Like, just keep up the cycle. Keep up the cycle. But
do you want to meet someone, or do you feel like right now you're not bothered either way? I know I'm being like the annoying aunt at the wedding, but I'm interested to know your psychology.
I don't think I wanted to. I think I'm a bit of like a anti, whatever people tell me to do, I'll be inclined to want to do the opposite.
Yeah.
So I feel like this whole, especially when I broke up with my ex, I really looked at this whole like, you're meant to get married and you're meant to have children, and that's what it's supposed to be. It really made me sit back and be like, is that what I want? Like, I know that's what I'm supposed to want. And especially because it didn't work out and I thought it was going to, and I feel like that's a little bit of why we stayed together, is because I think we thought that we were meant to do it like that. It's like, oh, you're meant to, if you've been together and you bought a house, you're meant to get married and you're meant to think, oh, I'm going to have kids now. Like, that's just how it's meant to be. So I think when I broke up with my ex, I was like, I've got the privilege. Like, I've got the privilege of being in a career now, or at Peloton, where I've got a lot more freedom than I had before. Like, I can live on my own, and I've got quite a solid career. I can kind of really ask myself these questions and go on this little journey. Like, what do I really want? And I don't think I did when I first got to Peloton. And I don't think I did even like 3 or 4 years in. But I think now, this is my like 6th year. I think now I would, but if I was really honest with myself, I've really enjoyed my time being single. Like, I wasn't willing to give it up.
I think that's a really interesting point that you've made about how, like, sometimes even like the idea of financial independence on someone can like cloud your judgment about whether you really want to be in something or not. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that would leave a situation if they thought they didn't need to live with a person. Because let's be real, that can sometimes keep someone in a situation.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that was your situation, but I think that, like you say, now financially you're, you know, feeling secure and you've got your own place. Like, you now can actually look and be like, do I actually want, not need, want to be? Yeah. So are you saying now that you would entertain it, but you're happy that you haven't like jumped into anything, because actually it's been good knowing you?
It's just been really fun.
In there. Tell them again.
I'm
not surprised.
It's.
I bet the cats have seen a lot. No, I'm joking.
Poor cats. I think I'm a bit of an anti. Whatever everyone wants me to do, I'll always question it, and I always think that in a world that wants you to be a certain way, and when society says this is the way, I think there's something so amazing about saying, actually, I'm going to figure it out my own way, and I'm going to quiet the noise and figure it out for myself. You can't make me feel bad for that, because I've had so much fun.
I love it because I actually think it's a really healthy take, because like you say, you're not internalizing it. You're just saying, I lost at that and I failed at that, and that's fine. And I think as a parent now, for me, that's really important, because like me and Brian, we're always navigating like whether to tell the, like it's like we've learned that like it's not good to like make them think they're winning everything. No, like you want to race, mum. I'm going to beat you on purpose. Yeah, I'm not going to let you win. That sounds evil. No, but you know, like
I know what you mean.
Like I want, my daughter's so competitive, right?
Yeah.
And I know she gets that from me, but like I want her to not always feel like she's a brat and she always wins everything.
Yeah,
life isn't always you win everything.
Things ain't always going to go your way.
They're not always going to go your way, and actually just admitting that and not having to sugarcoat everything, and not everything's got to be. I hate this like whole thing of woke, because people have used it in the wrong way when they say this is woke when you're just being inclusive. But like I do think that there's sometimes we sugarcoat too much these days, and it's like you can say that something didn't work out and that it was a failure, but it doesn't make you a failure.
No, that's how I feel. But even like with being single, I felt was like a bit of a dirt. When I first got to Peloton, I felt like it was like a dirty word. Like saying you're like, being single just didn't feel like it was what I think I still wasn't. That's not what I wanted to be, because that's not where I thought I was gonna be. But in the 5 years, I've really I have owned it. Like
you have owned it.
I feel like I owe Peloton the. I'm very thankful that I had somewhere that allowed me to grow in my singleness, because I feel like if you look, I've been every kind of single. I've been angry, I've been bitter, I've been resentful, and now I'm just really at peace and happy with it. So I feel really privileged that everyone's still did my rides if I said anything mean, or like I don't know, like just.
But that's
I was
what
navigating
it's all about.
it. Like I feel like I was navigating it very like publicly, and sometimes you can get a bit like there were times when I would get really angry when I saw couples and be like, oh, it's so much easier to be in a relationship because you get this, and people care about you more, and you financially win, and like when you go on holiday it's easier and all these things. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to go on holiday on my own. Like no one's there.
No one's having a fight with you. No one's doing your reading.
When you don't know where to go on holiday, when you're with someone, they don't know where to go either. So like you're both blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, if I had someone here now, this wouldn't be any easier. I would still be just as lost, or I still wouldn't know. But I just have to navigate.
And you'd be fighting
with
about
someone.
directions.
Exactly. Sometimes I'm like, what a joy to be able to. And then before I'd look at them and go, I wish I was with someone because. And I'm like, but you're fine. Like, look at you. I'm fine. Like, I find so much happiness and joy in like being a single woman in my mid to late 30s. Like, I think it's such a privilege to be who I am right now. And I would, if someone else thought it's hard to say that, because I think some people, when I was younger and I'd hear someone say this, I'd be like, that person's lying. They're just saying that to make themselves feel better. If you think that, if you hear me say that and you think that, I would implore you to keep looking into why you think I'm lying, because I'm not. I genuinely really, it's like a fear for them. It's not a fear for me. I'm fine. It's like your fear, your fear is showing, babe. Like, it's not mine. It's your fear.
And also, like, I feel like you've been so honest over the years that I would believe whatever phase you tell me you're at.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you say, you've been all the different types of single. And then, and I think that like, not to sound cheesy, but like two of the main like brands, if you want to call it, that you're working with now, like you said about like Lululemon taking you to the Olympics and you getting there because they saw something in you, and now Peloton allowing you to grow into your own skin.
Yeah.
I think you're now like at a point where you've you're working in the right spaces in the right places with the right people, because they are celebrating you for you.
Yeah.
Everything
natural
about
hair,
you,
natural
they are
hair and
au
all.
natural.
Au natural and all, you know.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like they're celebrating you for you, and you've been able to grow into the person you are today. And it's I think it's the pain in your, not to psychoanalyze you, but I just think everything that you've been through has almost made you the success that you are.
Oh, I appreciate
Do you know what I mean?
Thank you, yeah. Another thing I will say about being single though, like a bit more serious, sometimes there is I do think about the time pressure. So like I don't quite know, I know now that I'm probably more ready to be in a relationship, but I know that I'm getting a bit older, and I froze my eggs last year, and I still don't really know what I want to do, but I feel like I did it, one, because I could, which I feel very lucky that I'm able to do it, and two, just to give me a little bit more time, and three, because I spoke to someone that told me how, like, I know the process isn't beautiful, it's not like fun, but it's 10 days of your life, and I feel like if I'd have looked at everything on social media, I would have thought it was longer and really, really, really invasive. But when I did it, I actually found it to be it didn't really bother me too much.
What was the egg collection process like? Like, how did you get through it? Because like you say, it's not a walk in the park, but it is something that I guess you now feel secure having done.
Yeah. I feel a bit bad saying that I found it easy, because I know that some women do really struggle with their fertility and with the process. But I chose somewhere that was really close to where I lived, so I didn't have to go far to all my appointments, because it is a lot of appointments in a quick succession.
Yeah.
But I remember I used to still go out. People would tell me like, oh, you can't leave your house.
No.
You've got to be in at 8 o'clock to do your injection. And my hormones are all over the place, and I stopped exercising and I can't move. Like, I didn't do anything. I was still on the bike. I carried on working. Like, I was still on the bike up till pretty close to the end, when they were like, no, you've got to stop now. I was like, okay.
So is it daily injections that you take?
Daily injections,
and then you go in for egg retrieval?
Yeah, I told my mum to come with me, because I was like, you need someone to go in with me. So my mum came in. It was really simple. For me, it was just quite in and out. Like, it was what it was. I feel like I'm quite young. I always feel young. I always feel like really like childish. I always feel quite childish. And it felt like one of like the biggest grown-up moves I'd ever done. Like, it made me feel like a boss. Like, I felt like it's quite a emotional time. Like, no matter what I do with those eggs, whether I use them or not, I'll be like, oh, it was quite a cool experience to have been through that, and to know that they're all there if I ever want them.
And is that something that you would like recommend to anyone?
I didn't really know what to expect, and someone at my choir actually said to me like, oh, do it, it's 10 days of your life. Like, it's literally 10 days. And I was like, oh, I can handle 10 days. Like, I can do that. And I also know there's someone at my choir actually that had a son, and she did it all by herself. 2 different people, like someone that recently froze their eggs and someone that had just been through it. And I was like, oh, like, maybe and there were people that I knew in real life. I feel like sometimes on social, obviously people were trying to get clicks, and things have got to be sometimes bigger than what they are. But not always, because I know some people's stories are quite traumatic, but to have just 2 people in my life, that one who had a child all by herself, and someone else that went through the egg freezing process without being an influencer or someone that was trying to tell a story online, felt like 2 really organic experiences that made me feel really comfortable to do it. It's something you can just get done. And I feel like had I followed listened to too many other people's stories, I wouldn't have done it. So yeah, I'm glad I had those people in my life at my choir.
I love that you go to choir, by the way. No, but it's great. I think it's really great to kind of like think about life in terms of what you can control. You can't always control when you're going to meet someone, if they're going to be the right person, whether you're going to have kids. But if that's within your control, then it's amazing that you empowered yourself with that tool.
Yeah.
Tell me about your choir though, because this is fascinating that you go to choir.
I decided one year that I wanted to have more fun, and I just knew that I wanted something that people came together and did something all together. Something beautiful about singing with a bunch of people. Like, I'm not a singer. the choir isn't. We don't audition to get in or anything, but it's just really fun. Like every Monday I go down. They're like my friends now. It's like it's my Monday staple. I know that they're all going to be there. We all know we're going to see each other. We go karaoke together as well. It's just like a fun way to meet people in London as well. Like it's really hard to make a group of friends, and I feel like or find a community that's a community not for like baity purposes anymore. Like we're all just like normal people. Everyone's got like very normal jobs. They're not trying to get anything more than have a bit of fun after work, and it's just really it's really fun. It's really fun.
It's so, do you know what, it's really fascinating to me, and I'm going to sound really sad admitting this, but like I feel like I've spent a long time doing things to which there's always an end. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got like an amazing like circle of like close friends, so it's not like there's a strategy there, but sometimes I feel like I'm doing stuff and it's like either for work purposes or family purposes, and there's like there's an end goal, and it's like actually, but I am super sociable. I love banter. I love to just hang out. I love to belly laugh. I love to like dance, sing, have fun, but yet for some reason I don't actually make that a thing. And I don't get why I don't do that, because it's almost like, well, what's the point? Am I making money from it, or am I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
what's
then,
the outcome?
I know
like,
I'm not that person that is just like blindly following an outcome. So it's weird that I don't do more of things for just a laugh, like sport for just a laugh, rather than to compete for something. Or because I even started thinking, right, I'm in my 40s now. I'm never going to be like, because at school I used to like love sprinting and all the rest of it, and then lately, I think it might have been when I was running in my kids' sports day against the parents.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too scared. That's one reason why maybe I'll keep them eggs on ice, because
parents get really injured. I saw one guy in a wheelchair.
Keep them eggs on ice, because I don't know if I can be that parent. I'll be too competitive.
You would win it.
Yeah, I'm
so and then it got me thinking, oh, maybe I should do sort of like maybe I should find online like an adults athletics that's like beyond 40, and then I could compete in that. And it's like, why can't I just do something for a laugh? Yeah, because I am someone who likes to have a laugh.
But I don't think there are many places for adults to have a laugh. I don't think there's many opportunities for us to have a laugh. I don't think there are.
Do you think, were you ever that person that wasn't doing things for a laugh, that you were always like looking for an end result? Or has this always been a part of you where you've proactively been seeking out fun? Because I think that's great, because I know that that's actually what I crave, and I always think I don't. And then as soon as I'm in a situation where it's just fun, I come back home and I feel so enriched.
Good. Yeah, it's like the spin.
But that, when for me, would be the end goal would be I'd be like getting in shape though.
Oh no, that wasn't it for me. Like for me, I going to Boom Cycle was the first place where I was like, oh my gosh, like nothing else matters apart from there's a dark room. I'm in it for 45 minutes. They play these songs and then I leave the room. Like,
but wouldn't you be getting out of it like an endorphin hit though?
Yeah, but to me it was still really fun, and I think I was trying to find something as fun as that, because then when it, like you said, like when it becomes your job, it changes a little bit. So I was like, I want something that brings that back to my life. Like I just want to do something for the fun of it. And like I said, I feel like I'm very lucky that I can financially do it as well. Like find the choir and join the choir, and it not really, you know, I can do that. I know maybe not everyone can. So I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. I really wanted. Would you ever do stand up?
I would love to do that.
I thought you'd say yes. That's why I asked, because I asked because I felt like, I feel like if you're scared of the outcome, there's nothing scarier in life than saying something funny and no one laughing. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like you could handle it.
Do you know what? I feel like now I could actually handle it, because I just know that I wouldn't actually care.
Yeah, but what's the worst that's gonna happen? No one laughs, and you're like, oh, I did 5 minutes of stand up, and that's it. Like, what's the outcome of that? Like, I don't know.
Do you know what I think, if I'm going to be really honest, right? And I know I've been like preaching on about sobriety for a long time. So I've not had alcohol since 2017, right? Not a drop of alcohol. And I'm even the person that when I get an alcohol-free drink, I don't buy just the low, you know, like the 0.5. I have to make sure it is 0.000. I can't even have a shred of it. Not that like something bad would happen, but I'm very all or nothing. So if I decide I'm not doing anything, I'm not going to just, I won't do that, because I won't want to wreck the fact I've got all these years of sobriety. I think that in that time, I then had 2 children, and I haven't actually replaced the fun times I've had. I think I was just going out thinking my fun is I'm having a drink.
Yeah.
And I've just actually, the pennies just dropped in this conversation where I'm thinking, where's the fun for the sake of the fun? Why am I like on a mission all the time?
Yeah.
Where's like the laugh when I know I love a laugh? Yeah. It's not even like I'm this boring person that doesn't laugh. I love to just banter and just have a fucking laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always said my friends, we chat shit about nothing.
Yeah.
And that's for the sake of a laugh.
Yeah.
But in terms of like scheduling that and going and getting it.
Yeah.
I even had like a doctor say that to me once. I did like a well woman review and she was like, yeah, great. Are you actually going out and having some fun though? Are you doing anything for yourself that isn't just like looking after the kids and doing the business and doing radio? Are you actually like doing like going to play netball or doing something? And I was like, no, but I really want to though.
Oh, you got to do it.
And I think that's the problem for me, is that I've like gone on this mission of like sobriety and I've not replaced it with anything. I've just then had children, which has been amazing. It's what I always wanted. And then it's like, where's your like social life for the sake of having a social life that isn't around alcohol?
Yeah.
That's what's happened, I think.
Yeah.
And in this country, I think that that's sometimes what happens because the UK is so like tied to alcohol and drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that's.
What's your relationship like with alcohol?
I definitely like a drink. I can have a drink, but I feel like I'm very good at like moderation. I think doing athletics as well for so long, like sometimes
you never had that life of like just getting hammered every week.
Nah, never. It's never been that. So even like when we go to choir, we go to the pub after choir. Like I can have a drink, or I can give or take having a drink.
It doesn't. So the choir thing doesn't depend on like the drink up after.
No, because we go on
where the fun is.
No, we go on a Monday. We meet up on a Monday. So
right,
like,
so it's not exactly.
It's usually like one and done, or like one and doing all the things I do now have taught me that lots of people can go to the pub and just connect. Like sometimes I've been there and the queue to get a drink has been so long. I've sat down, started chatting, and I haven't gone up to get a drink because I don't want to stop having the conversation. Like sometimes it's like just a meeting place. Like it is annoying that if you struggle with, if you don't want to have a drink and you don't want to see it, it's hard to be in a pub. But I do like the social. It is like you said, trying to find somewhere to have fun that doesn't involve drinking. It's a bit of I do love the social side. Like I do like to talk over a drink. I like to talk, but I've realised that you can talk without the drink sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely realised that. I think I just need to be intentional about doing like like joining a choir or going to, and sometimes I don't have time. True. Yeah. But as the kids are getting older, I'm like starting to find myself again. But it's like a new version of myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
You know, because like I went into, it's like I stopped drinking, went into lockdown, I had children now just coming out the other end and being like, who am I now then?
Yeah. Yeah, you get to think, like you can do anything you want to do to have fun.
Sorry, this isn't about my self-discovery. I've just realised that I've just realised a few things as I'm talking to you.
But like what can you do? What are you going to do?
I'm going to do something.
You should do something.
I just don't want it to be because of, I think that I'm slightly ADHD leaning and therefore I'm chasing a dopamine hit all the time.
Yeah.
If I'm being really honest with you.
Yeah.
And so now I started running and now I'm running where I'm like, oh my God, I need that hit again. I'm going to run. So it's like I am chasing that a lot.
Yeah.
But maybe it is what it is.
One of the big reasons why I joined choir was for the community. Like I really wanted to find some more people in the world that I could connect with in a different way. Sometimes I feel like people can get us out of our own head almost.
100%.
Yeah. Maybe it's something with other people.
It's got to be. No, but you'd be a very good life coach, I think.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I think what you're saying is right. I think it is about other people.
I think people are the key to life.
They are, because you can become a little bit like insular, especially COVID has taught us to be insular without, hence going back to Peloton White it's great to connect.
Yeah.
And it's been great to connect with you.
Yeah, this has been great.
What was so cute was that we offered you a car and you were like, no, it's fine, I'm going to make my own way to netball. Or no, sorry, not netball.
I've got volleyball after this. I don't want to, I've got my kit in my bag. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to the sports hall, smash some balls.
And there's nothing to get out of it. It's just fun.
Just fun.
And one last question, the choir, what type of music are you singing?
We've just started our new term and the first song we did, so on Monday, we did Backstreet's Back. Everybody, Backstreet Boys.
What a tune. That's a big tune.
Great song to do in the choir.
And will you then perform that at a show or is it not?
Perform. Yeah, it's called Some Voices. If anyone wants to get it.
Oh, so there is a show that you do. So there is an end goal.
Yeah, the performance. There's a performance at the end of every term. Like you invite your parents.
Right.
Yeah, you invite everyone. But there's Some Voices have a choir all over London and all over the country, and then all the choirs loads of them meet up together once every term to do the performance.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can get down with that as a show at the end of it. Great.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Get to be a little main character for the day.
Can I come and watch your next performance?
I'll be like, oh gosh, you got Sarah-Jane Crawford. They want you present it. Presenting the choir.
Hannah Frankson, you are like a living legend.
Oh man, thank you so
You're
much.
such a gem, and you've got
so
all these
cool.
layers, and you're so interesting, and you're so like full of life and very inspiring, and yeah, I could literally speak to you for hours.
I could speak to you for hours too.
Thank you so much for coming on,
Thank
Hormones
you.
and Heroines.
Thank you for having me.